And welcome back to part two of part C, um, where we are going to be focusing now on the games in progress. We want to start checking to see if there's um, any possible wins of horizontal, vertical, or diagonal. And and remember, the drop chip in the previous video is the um, um, is based on your last move. So all three of these methods are based on where was your last chip placed to do the checking, um, so that you can so based on that you're able to right there and then determine who's the winner or so forth. So these are the 5 possible combinations of numbers where 5 is your last chip to be dropped in any of these combinations. So we've got, um, for example, here we got 5 here, 5 here, and it's like in the middle. It could be over here. Um, could be the either end. And we had to make a case for each of these possible combinations because where your last chip falls, it depends on which direction do you check in. Because you can't check outside the grid because there's nothing there to check. So we had to keep track of where's that last chip positioned in, what part of which column are they in, sort of thing to help figure out does order of things here. Um, and we'll see how each of those work out in the next couple slides here. Um, so what I've done is for this one we're checking um, +1, +2, +3, +4 because this is the 5th chip. That last one is dropped, so you want to check the 4 before um, to the right of it. And then that's going down. Then we want to go from the knife. We're doing from count. We're checking from the other side. We want to go 5 to the left and check to see if we and notice how we're doing subtract. We're dealing with a column and subtracting 1 and so forth down the list there. Now the fun is okay. We've got 1 chip on my left and then 3 on the right. How we check those as well. And the order of which you drop your the 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 4 previous chips doesn't matter so much. It's just keeping track of. It's just to give me some sort of order to work with. It's one of those. And then we have the 5 in the middle, and we're able to keep checking for those. Get 2 on either side in this case, and this works all the way through over and so forth, depending on which way you go. Um, the for this one we get 3 on your left and 1 on your right, and it still checks there. Now that gets all the horizontal possible combinations. Luckily for vertical, it is a vertical line, so that means that we have two, uh, that there's no real random order you can throw things in. So here we go for this one. We had to look at how far up in the column are they, or how far up in that column are they. So we're looking at the row, and whether the row is less than or equal to 3, because the array starts from the top down. So we had to figure out, okay, um, 7 minus 7 minus 5 is 2, but when it starts out 0, it pushes it up to 3. Um, and then we made sure that the row was at least 3 or higher, or 3 or lower. So you can check if it's 0, 1, or 2, or 3. And alright. Now for checking diagonal. Um, there are, I believe it's like 10 possible combinations that we came up with. That checks for all the different possibilities of getting 5 in a row diagonally. So for this one, we were going from 3-0 to 7-4, which is starting from 5 to 1. And we had to figure out the had to add or subtract columns and so forth for the um, for this diagonal. Then we want to go along to from 7-0 to 3-4. So we're going from 5 to 1 still, it's in that order in this case. And then we are um, now we kind of reversed the order where we flipped the direction of the line. So now we're looking from um, get all my angles mixed up, but we're going from 5 to 1 in that order there. And we're able to add 1, subtract 1, and so forth, and all the math is down there, and so forth. And here, um, like how with the horizontal, we had possibilities of where the one chip was down below or to my left, and then 3 to my right. So we had to also check for those possible combinations. That's what this one is doing here. This one is where 5 is in the middle. It's like checking for in that direction, because the combination of math for the if you were to do the mirror of that, or kind of like split it and so forth, so you get the other side, you'll see that here. But we decided to keep with that same direction, and we moved the 5 up there. And then now we're doing the other direction, keeping the um, that pattern going, so forth. And we've had to figure out a way to keep track of all these different various combinations, and um, the and this is actually where Zach and I actually worked together on the on these three, the horizontal, vertical, and uh, diagonal. We worked together through and actually figured out all the different combinations and such. That was fun. Trying to keep track of which ones we've done and all that. And that was it was a good mind bending exercise. um, and, and once you get a rhythm of it, it wasn't too bad. It was still very it's a tedious process for me. You know, it was fun too. And here, where we've got the five going the other direction for um, checking to make sure that the five and arrow there matched. And we're checking for the last of the five possible combinations there for this uh, in this direction. And we'll be back after the net set here. Stay tuned.